Alrighty, we've spent some time on these conditionals and on this logic and if, then, and else then. Very simple, convenient statements. But oftentimes we want to do things that are a little bit more complicated than just saying if this, then that. And one of the ways that we can approach that is to have multiple layers of conditionality in the decisions that the program makes as far as what to do next. And one of the ways to add those layers is to use this keyword elif. Halfway between else and if lives elif. And in this video, we're going to take a look at exactly what that thing does. Okay, it should be clear to everyone watching these videos that I'm not exactly a genius. I'm also not exactly a programmer, and it may not surprise you at all to learn that I am also not a lawyer, nor is my Bring Back a law firm. So when we talk about legal age for doing certain activities here in the United States, and more specifically in Nebraska, go ahead and consult some other more credible, reputable, and appropriate source to verify these things. But as far as I'm aware, to drive a car, you got to be 16, and to purchase tobacco and smoke it, you got to be 18. To purchase lottery products here in Nebraska, you got to be 19, and to purchase alcohol, you'd have to be 21. So if we were curious about an individual's ability to purchase and consume any of these goods and services, we could test it with a series of conditionals, and that's exactly what this little script that I've written does. Let's take a look at how it goes down here. So we get that raw input. It's asking how old you are. We're going to coerce that raw input into an integer, so we can treat it like a number as opposed to a string. And then we're going to launch through this stack of conditionals here, starting with if age is greater than the drinking age. We'll tell them you can do all those things, because we know if you're old enough to drink, you're old enough to do the other things as well. And if we look at the next line here, we have elif as opposed to else like we had in previous videos. Now, it will only evaluate that elif. It'll only get there if age is not greater than drinking age. If the age is less than 21, or if age, greater than drinking evaluates to false. So if your age is not above the drinking age, but is above the lotto age variable we set here at 19, so relatively small range of values, it'll print you can drive, smoke, and gamble. Very much the truth. And only if it fails that condition, only if our age is less than the lotto age, will it move down to the next statement. And you can see here that continues for the other various ages for purchasing and consuming various goods and services until we get to the last condition, which is anything that's under the driving age, which is going to end up being under all the other ages because of, how the order of years progresses here. It'll print you can't even drive. So let's give this thing a test. So we'll save it, mash F5, and it'll pop into the console. How old are you? Okay, we'll say that I am 30 years of age. Hey, I can drive, smoke, gamble, and drink. Very good. Let's try it again. How old are you? If I tell it I'm 5 years old, you can't even drive. So it looks to be working in those cases. Let's try one of the ones in the middle, see if we can get something more interesting to spit out. Let's say that I am 18 years old. I should be able to drive and buy cigarettes, but not purchase lottery tickets or alcohol. Let's run it. I'm 18. You can drive. Vroom, vroom. And it didn't give me smoking age. And you say, Ed, look at that. You made a failure. You don't have to be over those ages. You have to be greater than or equal to the way you have it set up. So let's go back and fix that. And if we toss them in like this, save it, run it, try it again. Perfect. Got it working. So let's take a brief look at what's happening there. How old are you? Age is set to 18 here. So if age is greater than or equal to drinking age, we'd execute something, but it's not. So we jump down to the next one. Age greater than or equal to lotto age. It's not. Jump down to the next one. Age greater than or equal to smoking age. It's going to execute the next line, which is print here, and then it'll get out of that statement. It'll be done. It will not even look at the next two lines. So nesting those elifs is a way for you to put multiple control gates in there, or multiple tests within one statement. And as soon as one of those things evaluates as true, as soon as one of those conditions is met, it's going to execute and exit that statement. So you're going to be done with that line of code, or those lines of code, rather. So that's a brief look at that elif command. As we move forward here, we're going to be including more complicated ways to control the flow of your program, but those are some of the most basic and important core ones. So while you're out there smoking, gambling, drinking, and driving, and doing the other things you do, please continue to make time for us here at My Bringback. We'll continue to produce quality content for you. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Give us some feedback. Let us know what you like and what you don't, and we will attempt to deliver.